Hello everyone, it's Astolia. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your gamepad for games like Minecraft, which have no input besides keyboard and mouse. What I use is a small program called JoyToKey, and I use 3.7.9. It has been updated. The newest version is 4.6.1, I believe. But once they moved to 4.6, they went from freeware to shareware. It's only $7, so I'm thinking about picking it up. But for now, this is a freeware version, and it does everything I need. A couple other tools you need just to set it up. This is just to make things easier. Obviously, you're going to need Minecraft open. Notepad never hurts. And the last thing you're going to want is to hit your control panel and open up your game controllers. See, I've just got just a standard, it's a Logitech gamepad. It's got that standard PlayStation layout. It's very common with computer gamepads these days. So I'm going to open that up. And the first thing you want to do is familiarize yourself with what buttons are on your gamepad. Mine come numbered, so that's very easy for me because I can just see that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all there. No problem. Also, you can see here what the point of view hat controls. Right here, up, like that. As well as that this is the X and Y axis, and this is Z axis and rotation. So what we want to do is we'll come over to our JoyToKey. We're going to create a new one. I already have one for Minecraft, as you can see here. We're going to create a new one. Minecraft 2. So since we can see that we have axes as well as a point of view hat, first thing we're going to do is going to come to Preferences, use the POV switches, and use axes other than X and Y. Because we need our Z axis for this, and our POV for this. So we know that, we're going to look at this. Oh, we have to have our, select here. X is left and right. Y, up and down. Z-axis. Z-axis is left and right, and Z-rotation is up and down. So that's going to be fairly easy. It's, X and Y is left and right, so that's going to be, you just double click on it and say A is for your left, D is for your right, Y is for your, W is for your up, S is for your down. Now, as you can see here, in Notepad, we're going to be able to see you have W, S, A, and D. The next part's a bit more complicated because these aren't labeled with Z, or they're not labeled with rotation either. So the easiest way to figure it out is just to go through and give them all numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So not all these axes are labeled 1 through 8. Come back to your trusty notepad, and this is what we're going to play with our Z. So left and right. Well, left is 1. I'm being very meticulous with this because this controller picks up the diagonals very easily, as you can see by the 8s in there. So left is 1, right is 2. Come on. There we are. Right is 2. So we can tell by looking over here. 3 is our Z axis. Now we got to find our Z rotation. So we're looking for up is 7 and down is 8. So 7 and 8, this is our Z rotation. Which means these ones in the middle can go away. We'll just switch these back to disabled. Now if yours actually shows up with numbers in here instead of Z rotation, that'll make it easier. You can always try it. Just try putting in the same thing I've put in. That might work. But it's always good to test it just to make sure. Now, this is controlling our camera. So we're simulating a mouse movement with this. So we're going to go here and pick mouse. Through trial and error, I've learned that I like mine at about 25. What we're controlling here is the mouse. So this is going to affect the speed at which you look around, as well as the speed at which your mouse moves on your inventory screen. So if it's too slow, it's going to be slow to look around. If it's too fast, you might have a hard time on your inventory screen. And this is up and down. Alright, so now that we have the camera and basic moving around, let's go test it in Minecraft here. I just created a new world just for this demonstration. Now I can't jump around, so if I hit a wall, I'm going to be stuck. I'm getting my hands off the mouse now, so we can see we can go back and forward, and left and right. You have to forgive the choppiness of my Minecraft. I'm currently running without a video card, so I'm stuck there. Now test the camera up and down, left and right. Now again, in inventory screen, I'm using the keyboard for this since we haven't set it up. The camera control is going to control your mouse as well. So now we've got to get to the other important things, you know, mainly destroying things and building things. As well as jumping, because when you hit the wall, you're going to need to be able to jump. So we're just going to get through all these axes. Alright. Something else we want to deal with is our point of view hat. I like using this like mini games for your inventory. So right and left, I set that to the mouse wheel. Now 10 is the same as one click. So I usually put it at about 12 just to make sure that it goes through and that I can go through a bit more quickly. Right and left, again opposite, 12 and negative 12. Down I used for the dropping items. And up I used to simulate the middle mouse button, which is to select the block that you're currently targeting. Now when it comes to mining and placing blocks, I like having two different buttons set up. And the reason I do that is because left mouse button not only destroys stuff, but it's also for choosing things in your inventory screen or your crafting screens. So I like having some on the front pad here, but since you gotta take your finger off the camera, I also like having some of my triggers set up for it. So I like having 2 and 5 on my controller as left click. I'll set that up right now. Mouse left click. And I like having 1 and 6 as the right click. Same with jump. I usually put 2 jumps just because I always want to take my thumb off of my camera control to jump. So I usually put 3 and 8 as the jump. And the other trigger I use for sneaking about. When you're setting a sneak button, since it is specifically left shift, you want to go into this assign special keys, pick left shift, and then assign. So I'm going to come back into the game now. So we have our moving around, as mentioned before. Let's break some sand here. We'll use both buttons for it. So, and this one here as well. Jump with that button or with the other trigger as I mentioned. I'm failing on jumping here. There we go. I'm going to place a couple blocks here. And the other one I was talking about was the up button. See, I'm targeting a block of dirt right now. So if I press the up arrow here, it switches to dirt. And it switches to sand. Similarly, you can see pressing the left key switches to left and right. And let's drop some sand with the down key. And so I've got the jumps here and here. To test the sneak button, which I had as the trigger here. And that looks to be working perfectly. The only other button I haven't assigned yet is, there's 3 more. It's 4, 9, and 10. I do assign all of these buttons, and I'll show you what I assign where. Obviously, 4, well, I say obviously, but 4 is going to be my inventory. Now 9 and 10, your select and start buttons basically. I use that to control the fog distance and to pause the game with escape. And you can even control everything in here with this as well if you want. Let's go craft a bench. Now this is where I was talking about this. When you select the speed for your mouse, if you set it too high, it's going to be really hard to control your inventory. I said I had a bit of problems with the getting things into the crafting slots here. But if I turn it down at all, it'll be very difficult to try to get. As you can see, this is the speed at which my camera is rotating at. So if I were to turn it up, it'd be harder on the inventory screen. Turn it down, I'd be turning too slow on this screen. That's why I like 25. I find that it strikes a good balance between the two. I'll do the fog rendering right now. It's not going to look great on my computer. It's going to be fairly slow. I'm running without a video card, so I'm stuck with the onboard video, which, as you can see, takes a while to render everything. And that's about it for setting up Minecraft. Have a good day, everyone.